Brian Quinn, who's here with business news. How do you go from the Muppets to business?
AKA Waldorf, Stuart.
Exactly. Yeah, do your Waldorf impression. You're starting with the world's richest man, Elon Musk, taking his AI ambitions into space.
Monday, Elon Musk announced that SpaceX, his rocketry and satellite company, has acquired his artificial intelligence startup xAI. The move sets a new record as the largest mergers and acquisitions deal ever. The profitable SpaceX, valued at $1 trillion, taking over the money-burning xAI, valued at around $250 billion. It comes as Musk is hoping to move AI data centers off of Earth's surface. Natasha Lee reports.
Taking AI into space, Elon Musk just announced the world's largest mergers and acquisitions deal, with SpaceX acquiring his artificial intelligence startup, xAI. The transaction values SpaceX at $1 trillion and xAI at $250 billion, surpassing the previous record for M&A deals set in 2000. Shares of the combined company are expected to be priced at $527 each. SpaceX has become one of Musk's most commercially successful ventures, thanks in part to huge contracts with the U.S. federal government and the global success of Starlink, its satellite-powered internet service. xAI, meanwhile, is reportedly burning through $1 billion per month, largely due to the high cost of chips, data centers, and energy. Musk says moving data centers into space, where they can have near-constant access to solar energy, will soon be the cheapest way to power the AI revolution.
One of the things we'll be doing with SpaceX within a few years is launching solar-powered AI satellites. Right. Because the space is really the source of immense power, and then you don't need to take up any room on Earth. There's so much room in space.
Meanwhile, on Earth, xAI is investing heavily with a $20 billion data center project underway in Mississippi. The M&A deal could, however, face scrutiny from regulators, especially with billions in government contracts at stake. The merger comes as SpaceX aims to go public later this year, with the company seeking a valuation of over $1.5 trillion.
Now, next to the US President Donald Trump announcing a new trade agreement with India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
That deal, Stuart, is set to see the U.S. lower tariffs on goods from India, the tariffs from 50% down to 18%. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said India will reduce trade barriers to zero and will commit to stop buying Russian oil. Jenny Shin has the details.
It's a deal between two of the world's biggest markets. Donald Trump says he will slash tariffs on Indian goods from 50% down to 18%, with India reducing trade barriers to zero while buying more American products.
The Prime Minister also committed to buy American at a much higher level, in addition to over $500 billion of U.S. energy, technology, agricultural, coal, and many other products.
But Monday's agreement comes at a cost for New Delhi, a promise to stop the purchase of Russian oil. The country has taken advantage of cheap Russian crude amid the war in Ukraine, prompting Trump to slap an additional penalty of 25% on existing 25% tariffs on Indian goods in August last year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the positive step forward.
Big thanks to President Trump on behalf of the 1.4 billion people of India for this wonderful announcement.
Indian markets have been battered by Washington's levies, making it the worst-performing market among emerging nations in 2025. In response, the country has accelerated a push to turn its economy around, signing a deal with Oman in December and concluding talks for a deal with New Zealand. It struck another landmark agreement in January with the European Union, capping nearly 2 decades of on and off talks. The agreement would enable free trade on almost all goods between India and the EU's 27 member states.
And talking of the markets, how are they shaping up today, Brian?
Well, Stuart, that U.S.-India trade deal providing a significant boost to stock markets across the Asia-Pacific region. India's Nifty 50 index jumping some 5% in Tuesday trade before settling back down a bit. It's still up more than 2.8%. Kospi and Seoul had to halt trade briefly yesterday amid a steep sell-off, had to pause again today for the opposite reason as buy orders flooded the market. The index up a massive 6.8% on the day. Tokyo's Nikkei up nearly 4% to hit a new record high. Here in Europe, meanwhile, optimism taking over once again at Tuesday's open, with major indexes opening a bit higher. The FTSE in London treading water, but Paris and Frankfurt each up on either side of 0.5%. Big crash in precious metals seen over the past 2 days, also making a big turnaround. Geopolitical uncertainty still running high. That's boosting the appeal of the quintessential safe haven asset, gold. It is up more than 6%. Silver, as we see there, up more than 12%. And silver actually has some industrial uses, notably in solar energy. So if Elon Musk ends up with those space-based AI data centers running on solar power, who knows, maybe silver has more room to run.
We shall see, we shall see. Brian, thanks very much. Brian with the business on France 24.